Okay, we're looking at the first year core textbook, and we are looking at mixed exercise 9, which is on trig, and we're on question 14. So I'm given a sketch of a curve, and it looks, it's got the shape of a sine curve or a cos curve. I'm told about two coordinates, but they're also labelled on the diagram. And then they tell me that this is based on the cos curve, on the sine curve. And if it's sine of x plus k, then that's a translation of the sine curve. So, okay, so let's have a think. So if I just do a sketch of what the sine curve would normally be, so just a very quick sketch of the sine curve. So it would normally be intersecting the x-axes at 180 and 360. Okay. So I can use A to decide what the translation is. So normally that intercept would be at 180. It's moved 60 to the left, so it's moved to 120. So I'm going to say that the equation of that curve is y equals sine of x and then plus 60, because if it's plus 60 inside the function, that would be 60 to the left. Right, now a clue in this question is it says write down for each of these as opposed to calculate or work out. So that sort of tells us that the information is there, we've just got to interpret it. And also each part's only worth 1 mark, so none of it should sort of be any in-depth calculations. Okay, so the value of P. Well, so we've just said that everything is translated 60 to the left. So normally that intercept would be at, oh, sorry, that's not, I just realised I've sort of written something wrong there, haven't I? That's not the graph. So I haven't sketched the graph of y equals sine of x plus 60. I've sketched the graph of y equals sine x. But I'm saying this is the graph of y equals sine x plus 60. Okay, so if that's moved 60 to the left, it's going to translate from 360 degrees to 300 degrees. So that's what P is going to be. The coordinates of D, well, D is, they tell me here that D is the maximum, one of the maximum points. So normally that maximum point would be at 91. So if that's translating 60 to the left, that's going to be translating to 30, but still 1, because obviously it's not moving up or down at all, so the maximum is still going to be 1. The smallest value of K. Right, so we have actually already answered that, because we said it's 60 degrees to the left, so K is 60 would be the smallest value. Now, the reason they're saying smallest is, obviously normally we just try and go for the simplest, and the simplest is just to say, well, that's moved 60 to the left, but obviously this repeats every 360, so it could also have moved 420 degrees to the left if I had 360 onto 60, or 780 degrees to the left if I've added 360 on correctly. Anyway, and also that's why they said that K. So they told us K was positive, because it could also be a translation from the right. It could have translated 300 degrees to the right. So that's why they're saying smallest there. And then the value of Q. So Q is going to be, well, so when x is 0, so Q is going to be sine of 0 plus 60. So if x is 0 and we're saying k is 60, Q is going to be sine 60. And the reason they're sort of saying write down is, obviously you asked, well, for GCSE anyway, you had to know all your trig ratios. I hope you haven't forgotten those. You are still supposed to know them, but in reality, you're obviously always going to have a calculator with you, so you can obviously just stick that into your calculator. Okay, that should be job done. So,